Randy here. Maurice and I had the privilege of going to a really nice villa here in Umbria, and this thing happens to be for sale. So we talked with the homeowner and he gave us permission to film it. So we went through and we filmed the house and the property, and it's pretty cool. So we were looking at it as a potential to be like a big bed and breakfast, or even a hotel, a small hotel, boutique hotel, or even if you've just got a lot of family and friends and you wanted to go in together and buy this place, it would be fantastic. Right here, what you're looking at, this is an olive mill museum, if you will. They were producing olive oil in this mill and on this property up until after the 1950s. That was the last time they were able to do it. If you look at some of the pots, they were from the 1800s. This house has a tremendous amount of history. Literally everything that you see, he may be willing to sell, and this would be direct from the owner, so there's no realtor involved. And then you have this view, which is the same view we have at our house. It's spectacular. You have Lago Trasimeno there in the background. The mountains, the view of the valley, it's spectacular. It's a lovely tiled little portico here with benches. You can sit and look at the view. There's the mulberry tree. He said it was about 200 years old. It doesn't really fruit anymore, but he said it gets some fruit, but not a lot. So very cool. This is the back side of the property. The property is divided, so there's 2 hectares total, which is 5 acres. The back of the property has fruit trees and some grapevine, things like that. Then you go across the street, and it's not a busy street. It's a small, little winding country road. He said he could set a card table out there and play a game all night and not have a car go by. Across the street is more of the property, and we're going to get to that in just a second. This house is 25 rooms. It's 1,100 square meters, which is about 11,000 square feet. It was built in, the bottom floor was built in the 1600s. The upper floors were added later in the 1800s. This house has been in his family since day one, so this is their heritage. The owner is in his 70s. He has no kids. He has no heirs, if you will. He's the only owner, so the purchase will be nice and easy, and all negotiations are going to go through him. And if you need an interpreter, we're happy to help. Marisa can go and talk with him and interpret for you at no charge. We're not charging for this. This property was brought forward to us from a friend of ours locally, and the guy's been trying to sell it, but he hasn't really had a whole lot of luck because he just doesn't want to get a realtor involved if he can help it. It's 5%, 6%. It's a chunk of money, so he'd rather deal with somebody directly. All right, this back garden here is lemon trees there. There's apple trees to the right as you're looking at it. There's a grapevine right there straight ahead. And again, great views of everything, the whole valley, all the way around. It's quite lovely. Now we're going to take a walk across the street. If you look to the right there, that brown door is an elevator, and it goes all the way to the top, the third floor, second floor in Italian, third floor for my American friends. And he put that in for his mom, who's no longer with us. It would be great if you had guests that were staying and they needed to get their luggage up, or if they just wanted to go up and maybe they're not able to climb stairs, they could take the elevator. So it'd be a great opportunity. There's two buildings here. There's a little barn, lean-to shed right there that you see. And again, these have volume, and that means you can knock those down and you can build enclosed building, bath house, whatever you want. So up here he was talking about this would be a great place to put a swimming pool. Again, it's not a big deal in Umbria, especially where we are, to get a permit to put a swimming pool in. Pretty common. You could use some of the volume to build a bathhouse like I was talking about, restrooms, changing rooms, whatever. This part of the property is mostly pine trees and wooded trees. Are not. I didn't see any fruit trees or anything like that on it. And then there's just the grassy flat areas, which is nice. Again, you have people can bring their dogs out, their kids, whatever, play in that area. It'd be nice. It would be nice to have. I would take my my metal detector and just cruise through this thing. Unfortunately, the property we have has been farmed quite a bit, so I don't know that I'm going to find anything with metal detector. I haven't gone through it yet, but we'll see. Okay, here's another garage. Obviously, it's not attached to the house. This could be kept and used as a garage, or you could knock it down and use the volume. And it'd be up to you to do that. This little room here is where animals used to be kept, and obviously it's a mess. It's a lot of storage area right now. I got a lot of shots of the ceiling because I love these Umbrian and Tuscan style ceilings. I think they're just fantastic. Again, that's an elevator. It's in working order. I think it's a bonus. All right, now we're going to go into another garage that he has, and he collects cars. He said he would sell anything that if the price is right. Again, lovely Tuscan Umbrian style ceiling, beams. Love the brick floor. The stone flooring is just beautiful all throughout this whole property. It really is a stunning property. So we're going to go in. All right, we're going to go in, and this door goes into the kitchen. This is a summer kitchen. It's downstairs. If you look at the wall straight ahead there, we're getting ready to go through it. Look at how wide that is. That was the original building that was built in the 1600s. That was the outside wall to this building, which eventually became a house. There's the elevator on the inside. There's so many rooms. I was getting confused and lost in this house. so many rooms. You can go through that and then come back in here, but we thought it would be interesting to come through the actual front door to look at the some of the furniture and these prints, which I thought were really cool. So I stuck them up here for you to look at. All right, now we're going upstairs. We're going to go to the Italian first floor or American second floor. A lot of this furniture that you see around was handmade, and it's old. So if you love history, this is a house to buy. Again, the floors just blew me away. They're great. The beam and post construction, giant fireplace. This is the first of 2 fireplaces. He lives in only 3 of the rooms. He lives between 3 of the rooms. This is one of them. This is his bedroom. And then of course he has the kitchen and his bathroom, so 4 rooms, if you will. Most of the other ones are all closed off or not being used or used for storage. It's just this 70-year-old guy living by himself in this giant house. There's a lot of bedrooms in this house. The floor plan didn't show the exact number, and I honestly don't have a count. I think there were 6 or more. It has the potential again to have, out of 25 rooms, you could make a lot of bedroom bathroom combinations out of that. So here's another fireplace. I thought this one was really cool. I'll come back to that. This is all hand painted. This is not wallpaper. This entire room is hand painted. Someone went in and did that. So very impressive. He told us too, in some of the rooms there's a white stucco on the wall. He said if you peel it back, if you grind it back a little bit, he said you can see the red brick that they used to build the house with. It goes back to that brick facing. And if you've been to Italy and some of these in Tuscany and in Umbria in this region, you'll go to some of these houses where they've actually purposefully pulled that back in a pattern to kind of show. This is a handmade wood stove heater. So, and again, all this stuff could be purchased. More storage, a lot of stuff, a whole lot of stuff. When you have several hundred years worth of living, there's a lot of material things. All right, moving on through the house. All right, I'm gonna just kind of follow through here, and I'll just narrate when it's important. There's the bathroom, and this bathroom's not that bad. It looks decent. This is the one he uses. Shower, it's all set up, ready to go. So I guess if you were to buy this, you could move into this house while you're restoring it, renovating it, doing whatever. You would have this bedroom, bathroom set up to do while you're doing the other ones. Some of the other bathrooms are pretty dated, and you'll see that as we're going through them. They look pretty dated. I love the bird prints. I might actually talk to him about buying those bird prints. He wants to sell them. This was his dad's office, and he has kept it this way, in perpetuity. And that's, he just, I guess he thought it was respectful to keep it his dad's office. So it's a mess. And then back here, this one cracked me up because wait till I get the light on here, and you get all the girly posters. So I thought that was funny. It was just office space. Again, these could be made into bedrooms, bathrooms. There's the potential's endless for what you could do with this big property if you have the money to do it, the capital to do it, the heart to do it. All right, we're gonna go upstairs, and this is the third floor in Italian, second floor, or third floor in English, American, and second floor in Italian. There's another kitchen. He said, "No, follow me here. Let's go in this room first." I love these floors again, the ceilings. This is an amazing, amazing, beautiful property. The artwork is all original. Most of this stuff dates back to the 1800s. The furniture, the art on the wall, most all of it is from that era, and it's for sale if you want, if you want to negotiate the prices with him. So. Historical, he would love to sell it to somebody who loves history and would try to retain a lot of the historical accents in the house and be able to tell the story as well. And again, I think that's why this would make such a fantastic bed and breakfast, because you have a story to sell to people that are going to stay there, and it's a big marketing tool. And a lot of people like to stay at places where there's a big history, and they like to stay in that history and touch it and sit on it and all those things that you can do. This was his mom's bedroom, and she has pretty nice views of the back part of the property. Getting up here in this part, though, this is where I started to notice some settling cracks in the stucco and whatnot. I wasn't concerned about it. It doesn't look like it's anything that's structural. It's just those typical settlement cracks that you get when the houses settle over the years and centuries. Some of the rooms were a little more affected by the cracks than others, but this is easily remedied with some stucco and paint, and you're good to go. And again, he was talking about up here, if you pull the stucco off the wall, you get that exposed brick, the red brick. Views out the windows. This would be a gorgeous place to stay if you decided you were going to host weddings, things like that. I mean, this could be a real source of income and give you a place to live as well. There's one of the cracks I was talking about. Try not to highlight just the good stuff, but show you what the potential work would entail. All right, on to the next room. So here's the bathrooms. There's two bathrooms side by side. You can see they're clearly dated. This one more so than the other. You might like it. I mean, it's neat, but it's dated. The blue toilet seat and all that. There's a big bedroom here. I believe that's his mom and dad and his brother in that picture, he said. So a very nice guy. He was happy to tell the history of the house, and I think if you came to look at it, he would enjoy telling it over and over again, because it's his legacy. There's a naked mermaid on the ceiling. This was his mom and dad's house when they were, or mom and dad's bedroom when they were married. So, and they have a topless mermaid on the ceiling as a fresco. Maybe they needed some spice in their love life. Come back to that kitchen. Big living room. There's a small balcony there. And again, it's these timber ceilings. I love them. So the furniture in this room that he's pointing at, we're going to go in here. This furniture was actually made by a guy who was in prison for life, and he needed a way to make money to send to his family. So this family hired him to make all this furniture, and it's exquisite. He didn't say what year this happened, but these are, obviously old chairs. The chairs are amazing, and each one of them at the base has a different symbol. Like there's a husk of corn on one. There's just different images that the man carved into them. The china cabinet, exquisite. You can see this for yourself. I love this little bench. I think it's fantastic. But it was really neat to hear the story about the guy in prison needing to make money, to send to his family. There's more bird prints. I love the bird prints. And again, all this art is potentially for sale as well. So we take out a trip out on the balcony here to kind of get the views. These trees need to be trimmed. These vines need to be trimmed. But it's tough keeping up with a property this size. I mean, I can attest to that. Ours is our house is a quarter of this, at maybe even less than that, an eighth of it, and our property's half of that, and it's a lot to keep up with. There's another, looks like bedroom. And this was just a back storage room. It looked like they had a deep freezer. It might have been a kitchen at one time. I know one of these rooms was a kitchen at one time, and it still has the plumbing fixtures in it with the plumbing, the pipes and the waste lines and all that. It doesn't have the sinks and all that stuff. All right, now we're going to go into the upstairs kitchen, the winter kitchen. And this is nice. It has a lot of countertop space, which is great. Fairly decent sized kitchen. The appliances are all work, everything works, he said, but it looked like, they're pretty dated. I think that the appliances are more affordable enough to just replace them with something more modern and energy efficient. Now we're going to go up into the attic and up into the tower, which is a treat again. Very cool views up there. It's a little unnerving getting up there, but I tried to film this the best I could with the tight spaces. I don't do really well in tight spaces. A little claustrophobia. I did okay here because I was kind of focused on getting up to this tower, and it's not easy to climb up ladder steps like this while you're trying to film and hold the camera. This is the tower, and again, the views are spectacular. Camera doesn't do it justice, it never will. You just have to be here on your own looking at this stuff. Here's a quick view of the other balcony that looks over the front of the property and comes out of the elevator. And finally, I put the drone up and got some images from around the property so you can kind of see the valley. There's the road that comes up to the house. You can see it's not really a main road. It's just a little skinny country road. Not the whole time we were here at the house looking through this, we were there about an hour or so, and nobody drove by. It was not a single car. There's the lake you can see from there, and here's the house, and I tried to get as much of it in as I could, so you can see just how big this house is, but I think I was still too close. He did tell us that the windows on the upper floor, the third floor, are fairly new, that you might have to do some work on the second floor windows. The shutters were in decent shape. Some of them may need to be restored or repaired, and again, that's not uncommon for this area. So if you're interested in this house, send us a message, and we'll get you the owner's contact information. If you need an interpreter, we're happy to help. The asking price of this property is 850,000 euros. Again, that's negotiable, and it's a lovely property. Like and subscribe, and we will see you at a regular time on Sunday. I hope you enjoyed this video.